What we have here is a S38 B36 starter motor, and what I want to do is restore it. It's in pretty crummy condition. I have no idea how long it's been on the car. It is Bosch, so I'm guessing it's original. If not, they're rich. Let's give it a go. Not the best start in the world. All these three have just been drilled out. Went pretty successfully. There's no marks on the actual bores. I'm quite happy with that. So hopefully now it just pulls apart. That was slightly daring of me to remove the magnets, but I watched how they came out, I watched which polarity they are and how it all works, and if all goes bad, I've got a spare. This is an M31, so it's all the same kind of thing inside. The reason why I want to take the magnets out is so I can zinc plate this. I've never seen it done before. I thought it'd be really cool to, instead of just spraying it, because I don't really like paint, I think it'd be much nicer with a zinc coat on it. So that's what I'm going to do. If that doesn't work, I'll have to resort to the old body and just spray that one up. But I want to give it a go. Here we have all the parts disassembled, or as far as I dare. I'm going to leave this little box in one piece because I think it's damaged. There's a snapped part here, so I do have a spare, that's not a problem. I didn't want to take it apart to get it all plated, but that's another story. The brushes are looking tired, so if I can get replacement ones I will. Then other than that, it just looks like it needs all a bit of a clean really. So always with these restorations, I like to add some buckets just so I can kind of keep check of where everything is. So you've got clean, plate, paint, replace, bin, and ready to fit. So I'm going to organise all this into these and then we can kind of follow the progress as it goes along. So that's pretty full, so I've left them out. Obviously the magnet's going to stick to everything and I don't want to damage this. Your plating items are an absolute load of them. You're painting, you're replacing. I've got a few nuts and washers that I can replace with my little store, so I'll just do that now. So the two bushes removed, and the smaller one's definitely more worn than the larger. I'm guessing that's because this will run around much faster than after the plancher gears. If you can see there, there's really minimal play, but on this one it's quite a large amount of play. So I've ordered a new one of this, not this one because I can't seem to find it, but I've knocked it out anyway so I can get everything sandblasted. Moving on. Okay, so just figured out I can strip this down as well, so that's nice and easy. Everything is pretty nice in there. Also just give everything a bit of a clean. And what you got here, I'm guessing it's like a freewheel, like on a bike, where it kind of obviously then, once you stop the starter, it can spin freely. It feels fine. There's no real issues. So let's give everything nice and clean now. I think that's everything now fully stripped, I think. Okay, so with everything cleaned, we've got parts ready to fit, parts that need a bit more cleaning, parts that are going to be plated, and then a few sandblasted bits to get painted as well. So after a quick acid dip for half an hour in hyaluronic acid, I've now wire wheeled everything down on the angle on the bench grinder. So I just need to get the Dremel, just kind of getting all the edges, because the shinier the finish is, the better the plating is. So I'm just going to do that now. I know it might look strange using the drill with Dremel bits, but my Dremel is a cheap one and it runs so fast that it just rips these apart. So using this drill isn't much easier. So with all these nice and shiny, should leave a really nice finish. So what I need to do now is start wiring them all up for plating. Here are all the small bits ready to go. And what I do is, on the thin wire, as the spring doesn't really matter where it sits, but on something like this, if it's to sit this way, it would collect water or acid or anything and cause contamination. So using this thicker wire, as that points down, it helps obviously it not puddle up, and I can just spray that out with my bottle. So I'm just going to get everything set up onto the shaft. Here we have the first batch. With my new larger power supply, I feel like this should be a breeze for it. So I did worry before, but I'm just going to get these ready now and we can go for it. And then over at my zinc plating drying area, everything's here. Finish looks really good on them, definitely some of my better ones. There's some slight scarring on some of them due to contamination, but that shouldn't be a massive issue. Some of the threads just there. Okay, so this is ready to paint now. All the maintenance surfaces have been covered. I've got some aluminium enamel. It's what I kind of use on everything aluminium if you kind of want the same. It looks like a vapor blasted, but without paying for it, and I like to do stuff at home. So I'm going to get that sprayed now so you can show the results. Here we are after a few coats of enamel, looking really good. So I'll demask that in a day or so, just let it cool, let it cure. I have heat gunned it for about half an hour now, so it should be pretty rock solid already. But I'll just leave it another day just to make sure. Here's the body after zinc plating, a couple of days later once it's kind of all settled. There's quite a few burn marks on it and it's a very strange pattern. I've never seen something like this before. This is the biggest part I've ever plated, so I did have to kind of guess the settings to a point. I'm going to go with it because it does look quite a nice match to the aluminium. But yeah, it just needs to get the magnets back in. Just want to get it started, make sure it all makes sense. So I should be able to carry on now. What I've done is these two here line up with these two like kind of dimples, which secure at the bottom. So that is the line I need to follow. So I need to make sure they all follow that same. we have the finished product. It's definitely been a bit more of a learning curve for me. Once again, I've tried to keep everything as restored as possible. There's a few new bits. The solenoid, some new screws. Unfortunately, one came from BMW. Now they said they're not available. And also, I also got a rebuild kit and new bushes front and rear. So I'm really happy with the kind of finish. Obviously, the zinc plating went, I'd say, wrong. I'm kind of just going to go with it. So it doesn't match the solenoid. But I did it, so I don't mind. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will get this set up just to make sure everything's running. Check the solenoid and check that it's engaging. But everything seems to be nice. Everything does spin, and there's no noise or anything, so I am happy with that. But yeah, thanks for watching.